Hey, this is Savannah and this is my video vlog. The first quote I wanted to look at from the article was, if students don't measure up, they, the schools they go to, and the neighborhoods they live in could all face serious consequences. I feel like this is definitely true because nowadays it's all about getting your child into the best school, which is typically, whoever has the best test scores and is in a good area. When people have a choice, they're definitely going to send their kids to what they believe to be the better school, so it puts a lot of pressure on teachers and administrators because if they're in a district that has like two different schools and one has a really low test score data, they're going to choose the better one that has the better scores. Another quote I really liked was, in many cases the technology can do the job at least as well as a teacher. I'm sort of in the middle of this quote because I agree but I also disagree. Because some students do actually do better with learning from technology instead of from listening to a teacher, but I feel like the teacher will always do the best job. I mean, it definitely helps to incorporate it into the lesson, but it can never replace the teacher. The next quote I have was, but I couldn't imagine these devices ever taking my place as a discussion leader, classroom manager, personal coach, motivator, or lecturer. None of these technological wonders could judge how well a student contributed in class, wrote a paper, or built a pyramid. This is a really strong quote and it has a lot of power behind it. And I agree with the statement because a computer can't see what the student is actually doing. For all they know, he could have his notes and books or friends there helping him take, if he's taking a test, they could just be there helping him because they're not going to be able to see what's going on. You don't even really have to prepare for it at all because you can get away with, using your notes. Whereas in a classroom setting, you're actually having to learn the material because, the teacher's going to be there monitoring everything. And, they're there to push you and help you reach your goals because they know, your strengths and weaknesses. The last quote I have is, we need to respect the incredible insights, intuition, and knowledge good teachers bring to the learning process already, in which no technology can replace. I like this quote because I think that teachers are taken for granted sometimes and not noticed for who they really are. They do so much to help students in and out of the classroom, and a lot of times their knowledge is taken for granted. There's always some new technology or standard that is being forced on the administrators to teach the students, and it's taken away from their insights and intuition. Two thought-provoking questions I have related to the reading was, can technology give more than an actual teacher can, and will it one day replace the teachers altogether? And the next one I had was, is independent computer use effective, or should it try to be more incorporated as a group activity and wound into the lesson? And my two related examples were, at the end of the article, he talks about how good teaching really does make a difference. And I can relate with this because as a student, I'm definitely able to tell a difference between a teacher who really wants to be there and is enjoying what they're doing, and then you have those who just don't seem very into it, and they just kind of slap the information on a board or, turn on a PowerPoint and flip through the slides, which is really boring, and it's not interactive at all. And it's those teachers that are enthusiastic and positive who create a good learning environment and make me want to learn what they're teaching. And the other part I related to was where he talks about how some teachers just give you time on the computer just so they will be able to say that they use them somehow in their lesson. Whereas some teachers are able to actually weave it in and everyone is on the same page, they really incorporate it into the lesson. And it's made me think of back in elementary school when we would get to go to the computer lab and get to play math and reading games. And it was really helpful when we would all be on the same game because you could set it up where you would be racing and see who would finish first. And it just really made it fun to do the work like that instead of just getting handed out a worksheet and finishing it by the end of class and turning it in. You didn't really get much out of it from that. So I really liked this reading. It was interesting, and I really liked his opinion and how he felt about technology and incorporating it in the schools. So that's all I have. Thank you.